disease claims tens of millions of lives every year, and for loved ones left behind, the loss can be very painful. Nestled in the outskirts of Savannah, Georgia, Hospice Savannah offers the community grief counseling and assistance as they deal with life after saying goodbye. The nonprofit organization hosts an annual retreat called Camp Aloha. This camp gathers children between the ages of 6 and 17 from all economic backgrounds who are coping with grief in the aftermath of a death in the family. These children are often called the forgotten mourners. The peer activities and environment of understanding provided at Camp Aloha encourages the children to express their feelings on life and death and hopefully find comfort in the shared experience of grieving. Full Frame visited Camp Aloha to hear the children's stories firsthand.
I learned that when people die, you don't have to be sad, but you could be.
I lost my grandfathers.
My uncle was a great uncle. I didn't see him a lot because he was at work and I was at home. He got in a wreck and he flew out the car and hit a tree and broke his neck. He was in the hospital for about 1 day and then he died.
Hospice Savannah is one of the largest, oldest nonprofit hospices in our community in the Georgia region, and it is our mission to provide service to folks in need at end of life. And part of that mission is that we meet the needs of our community on their grief and loss issues. So we have an independent grief and loss center, Full Circle, and every year we do Camp Aloha. And Camp Aloha is a children's grief camp for children between the age of 6 and 17. We traditionally have anywhere from 40 to 70 kids that attend, about 52 adults, the majority of those being volunteers. The kids have fun, the kids go swimming, the kids have a good time, but really it's all about providing support, and it's very structured. So we start the camp with an opening ceremony, and the opening ceremony sets the groundwork to let them know why we're here.
Okay. Let me tell y'all how the meals work.
It gives them the start to honor their loved ones.
I'm Laura, and I'm here for my dad, Kennedy, and my grandma.
They learn how to use physical activity to deal with grief, and they learn how to laugh, and to know that it's okay to laugh, and to know that from crying to laughter is all part of the journey and part of the process.
My name is Aloha, and I lost my grandfather.
My name is Logan, and I lost my brother.
I am Trina, and I'm here to honor my dad.
Good job.
Everybody's story is not the same, but you still get that feeling of like, oh, they understand me and everything. First year was like 2013, that summer, and that summer was coming up and I lost my grandma, and I came here because my grandma was a big part of my life. I loved her. Yeah. And at camp, I learned how to develop, like, okay, I'm putting the pieces together, because you become confused about grieving. And then after that summer, my godbrother, We, you know, building a relationship and everything, and that's when I lost him. And the summer of 2014, I came here, and then I guess it made me more stronger to deal with grieving and loss. And then that's when I came back here for my 3rd year, and it was like, I can really help someone or touch somebody about what my story and tell them how to deal with the loss. I wouldn't say it's not that bad, but it's something that you can, you know, live with and learn from and grow with it.
Yeah, Malik's an amazing guy. He started with us about 3 years ago as a camper. And his original loss was his grandmother. And he came to camp very quiet, very shy. He's very, he has an artistic soul. And so he brought to the teen boy group a sense of calmness and creativity that influenced the whole group. So right away we saw him as a leader and an influencer. And we identified his influence and his strength in helping others through the process by being open and being honest. And so we encouraged him to come back as a counselor in training. So this year we put him with the little kids in the red group there. Those kids are about 6 and 7.
It's different now coming as a counselor because you're observing more than being as a camper. You're taking on of a caring feeling, a warm feeling to like just be there for the kids.
When they're here, they can talk to other kids about, hey, my sister died, or my dad died too. And I think it helps them identify with each other, and they support each other more than the adults support them in the group. With parents, I tell them that it's not unusual for kids to, you know, be crying one minute and the next minute they're playing and acting like everything is okay. I think that sometimes scares parents.
Toss this around. When it comes to you, you're going to catch it.
And they feel like their child should be crying all the time or sad all the time. And what I tell them is that it's going to be like a roller coaster.
What did you like about your loved one?
I tell the kids that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling, and that's going to change.
The entire camp culminates with the campfire. So prior to the campfire, the children will write a letter to their loved ones.
And remember, you can write whatever you want. You do not have to share it if you want.
That's a very emotional, powerful tool. They write that letter, they roll it up, they tie it with a ribbon, and then we all meet at the campfire.
Are there any questions?
He was getting better the first 2 months, then he was getting worse.
A story is read at the campfire that inspires and teaches kids how to honor their loved one and carry on their memory. And then the children put their letter in the campfire box, and then that box is put into the fire, and the smoke takes their letters and their messages to their loved ones. That is the pivotal moment at camp where all the work they've done really comes out, and it brings out all the emotion.
We're going to give you an opportunity to share your stories, say something special about a loved one.
I want to tell the story of how my granddad died. They were watching the race, and my Uncle Bubba, he was laying right beside him, and my mom, she ran in the living room and told me that he died.
My mom didn't get to hear this before she died, so I'm just gonna say I love you. There's a little girl crying in my arms, and it just reminds me of my little sister, and that's just something that I'll never be able to do with her. And it's just upsetting.
I see children, I've been doing this for 13 years, and I see children who are now adults who tell me that this was a pivotal changing moment in their life, that when they came home they felt differently, they acted differently, their behavior changed. It's very important for communities to have a camp like this, and it provides them the skill to learn that their loved one may have died, but they will always be with them, and their love will never die.
Well, that's it for this week. Join the conversation with us on social media. We're at CCTV America on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. All of tonight's interviews can be found online at cctv-america.com. And let us know what you'd like us to take full frame next. Email us at fullframe@cctv-america.com. Until then, I'm MALIK in Los Angeles. We'll see you next time.